Hello there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays, where we are learning more about nature by playing games. And we are back in Ark, of course, and I've done a few things in the meantime. Not sure whether I had this previously, but we do have our little Beelzebufo pond over here. But more importantly, we have our Spinosaurus leveling up quite a bit here, and I'm using him for all my little adventures. Our house also now is mostly made up of stone. There are still some little side rooms here that are not. And I have also built one massive new building, which is going to be our production building. In here we already have a fabricator. Upstairs we have nothing, but we are going to have the industrial forge in here, the grill, all those types of things. So that's all in development. But for today, we have a little adventure. And I'm sure you can see from the thumbnail what the adventure will be. We have to go get a new creature or two. And there's one that I really am very keen to get. And that is the Argentavis, the big old eagle bird that is flying around. And we'll talk a bit more about him when we get to him. For now, though, we are taking our highest level Pteranodon with us. I'm just going to keep on looking for the one thing that I actually need. There are a lot of beehives, however, and I really do need to get beehives up and running. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm out exploring. Okay, well, right. That was a Rex. Okay, I'm just out exploring here, still looking for that. Looking for the Argentavis. Oh, Hyenodons. Well, no, they're all dead, Hyenodons. Do not miss. Oh. No, I don't want to kill the Argentavis. Okay, come. Let's run, let's run, let's run. The idea is to catch an Argentavis. Oh, great. He's going for... okay. I wanted to catch this Argentavis, and now... it's going to die. Well, it's quite a nice level as well. Oh, come on. Anyway, that was a bit of a catastrophe. Let's carry on looking for some more Argentavis. And we are on the slopes here. There are some nice ones up there. Let's have a look. Like, really? Meganeura? You really want to go and mess around with me? The Meganeura being the big old dragonflies that we have around here. Anyway, these Meganeura, the big dragonfly that you can see here. It'd be interesting to check something here. At least they had that right. Let's have a look here. In compared to me and my Ichthyornis, now this thing has about the right wingspan, about 72 centimeters in size. Now that's a massive, massive dragonfly. Let's harvest it. And what I wanted to check, apart from that, was actually whether at the front of the wing there is a specific part there that's present in modern day dragonflies, but it was not present in the Meganeura. And the Meganeura, let's just check, that's a level 48. That's alright level to start with, at least. Now, the Meganeura was to some extent an extinct dragonfly, but it was also in a slightly different group. It is not these days called a dragonfly, instead it's called a griffinfly. Wow, this is a... oh, this is probably an alpha, isn't it? Yeah, that was an alpha. Okay. We've got saber-toothed cats here. Well, there was at least one. Oh my word. Okay, so there are very interesting creatures that we are encountering here. I don't think I've ever been along this slope here. I think I've lost my flyer. I think I've lost my Pteranodon again. Yes, I'm not sure where he is. Ah, here you go. Where on earth were you? I brought the Pteranodon along so that I could actually be, I would actually be able to potentially catch the Argentavis, and then my Pteranodon just decided to up and go away. Alright, it is not the prettiest of traps, and I'm not even sure whether it is going to work. It is a little bit different from the normal design we use. It's a very uneven slope. But now what we need is an Argentavis, and there are some up there. Not sure what level they are. But to try and get them to come after us is going to be the challenge. Now, the Argentavis was one of the largest flying birds in the world. And it was most likely the largest flying raptor in the world, or carnivorous bird in the world. And they lived in Argentina, which is where its name comes from. It is known as Argentavis magnificens, which means the magnificent Argentine bird. Come on, little one. Come after me. Look, tasty pteranodon. Come. Now it is just a matter of keeping it on our tail, not too far behind us. My wife and I play Ark. Oh, hello. It is a little bit easier. So now, technically, he is trapped in there. Because usually when I fly in, she closes the door. Ah, it worked. Okay. Marvelous. We have one. Now, however, I had to fly in and trap it. So this is a so-called bird cage, and it didn't work. Oh my word, okay. Okay, so that we will need to fix. But, yeah, apparently it worked. Now, interesting with the Argentavis, so... Wow, this is a beautiful one. Nice little fiery crest. So this was obviously a proper bird, with feathers and all. It's a relatively recent bird, lived to about... I'm just going to tell this guy to land, please. So they lived about, I think, 8 to 6 or 9 to 6.8 million years ago. So they had about a 2.2 million year lifespan, or not lifespan, time that they were on Earth, as far as I recall. Now that's relatively long. That's about on average for species. Species tend to last about 2 million years on this Earth and then tend to at some point go extinct. But this bird is only known from a few fragmentary remains. So we don't actually have the complete skeleton of it. What they do have of it is the head here. So they've got a partial skull. And they have got the humerus, so the first bone on the wing. That one there. So that one along there, they do have. And then there are some other, I think, metatarsals and so on. And they can have a rough estimate of the size of this bird, of the wingspan. Let's have a look. If I lie next to it. And we actually zoom out a little bit like that. Now this would be too big. So let's say that, okay, well this is a tiny person. Let's say the person over there is 1.5 meters in height, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 5.5 to 6 of this little guy over here. So initially the wingspan was estimated at around 7 to 8 meters. Nowadays it's estimated closer to 5.5 or 6 meters on average. Of course, there could have been larger specimens. And the closest living relative of this bird is actually the Andean condor, or the condors overall. It's not in that same group. Instead, this was in the Teratornis, if I'm not mistaken, was the group's name. The Teratons. So this one was also called the giant Teraton sometimes. And the Teratons were a group of pretty much scavenging, or largely scavenging birds, although with the bird this size, they could easily also have killed prey, and the beaks were strong enough that they could actually grab and kill prey. And their beaks, apparently, based on the fragmentary remains, they could look at how wide they would open their beaks, and they would be large enough, and they could open it large enough to swallow an animal the size of... Oh, and apparently I am freezing. We're just going to have to weather the storm here, little one. But they could apparently swallow the prey items the size of rabbits whole. So that's quite impressive. Now we are on the map here. Yeah, we're right over there next to that hill. Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's the first time I've come around this side of the volcano. Now we definitely need to level up our gear and make some cold weather gear. We are going to need a lot of fur or pelt for that. Now I have been killing a bunch of megaloceros off screen here. I've gotten some fur, not a lot. We've got 328. In order to make everything, we need 330, so we don't have enough fur yet. I think we're too short. Okay, we're getting there, 68.1%. We're just going to weather the cold a little bit more. Now, with a bird this size, they were very heavy as well. They weighed, I think, around about 70 to 72 kilograms on average. I mean, that's a weight of a lot of humans. And we are basically too heavy to fly in most cases. And that means that this is most likely the heaviest bird that was ever able to fly. Despite being 70 or 72 kilograms in weight, they still were able to get airborne. And there are a few theories about how they were able to do that. Just sitting and then trying to jump wasn't going to cut it. They most likely weren't strong enough to actually launch themselves off the ground that way. Partly also because they were about 1.8 meters tall, so they would get to us about at that height. With this person being about 1.5 meters in height, they would have looked a little bit above us. We are going to call you Flame Crest. Oh, that is a beauty. Now, if we are standing next to him over here, you can see that, yes, it's a little bit overscaled. This one is about 3.5 meters in height. They were not that big. As I was saying, the Argentavis would have struggled to actually get airborne. And that's also because, as I was saying, they were about 1.8 meters in height. But their wingspan was about 6 meters. And that means that if they flapped their wings down, they wouldn't be able to properly flap their wings. Instead, their wings would technically have clipped into the ground, which means it wouldn't have been able to actually flap its wings properly to take off. And as a result, it wouldn't have been able to take off. But as I was saying, the Argentavis could have possibly done two different things. Firstly is it could have lived in mountainous areas where it's easy to actually take off again by just perching on rocky areas and then taking off from there. And unfortunately, our health is now halfway. We really need to get home. We are still a little ways away, but I think we can make it this way. So it is possible that they actually lived in rocky areas, and if they, for example, caught let's say a rabbit-like organism up in the mountain, and I am basically going to die due to the cold. And I'm dying. I will need to come and get my creatures in a moment. This is not good, guys. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I died. Now hopefully my creatures can actually keep me safe. This is the second time in 2 episodes that I've died. I'm not used to it being this cold. Still cold. But let's hope everything is alright. Who are we going to take? I think let's actually take Toro. I'll see you in a bit. There's a Baryonyx in the water. I don't want to actually mess with the Baryonyx. I want to come and tame him later. Okay, so let's have a look. I think I died up here. Although for some reason I cannot see where my corpse is, where that light is shining. I don't actually see the light at all. There's a Tapijara. Oh wow. I'd love to still tame one of those in the game. Let's hope I can actually... Yeah, I killed the raptors, that's no problem. The Carnotaurus is... level 48, not the best level. You know what, I should actually have taken a flying creature. That may have been a better idea. So, while we are slowly but surely making our way towards where my corpse most likely is, once again, thank you for tuning into this episode. It's great to be able to make these episodes, and it is great to also now be able to stream, with the first live stream having happened on Saturday, where we streamed Subnautica. Thank you to everyone who also joined in and tuned in for that one. It's great that you guys were able to join me, and to be able to interact with everybody. It's just the best. Okay, this little guy can't even bite the Dilophosaurus. Okay. So the live stream that happened on Saturday, I have cut it into 4 sections as well, the recording, and that is being uploaded every night now on YouTube as well. So if you missed the episodes, you're welcome to view it here on the channel, where you'll then be able to watch it at your leisure. basically the entire recording is there. It's just broken up into longish sections, far longer than these videos, for example. But you are welcome to go and view them there. There's my corpse. Okay, so at least I know that the Argentavis is still alive. Okay, so there's poor little William the Ecologist 2.0. Now we are already up to 3.0. Now let's actually head in the right direction. Right over in that way. Right. Now, the first video of the live stream that I had also made available on the channel, I did set notifications to everyone, all subscribers as well, but after that one, that's a steep drop. But for future videos made from live stream recordings, there will not be notifications sent out. And that is just so that everybody doesn't get bombarded by notifications of live streams that a lot of you guys have already watched. Finally we are in the open again. You can see around us, it's not as foggy either. Great. Now, of course, if you want to watch the live stream live, we will be having another one this Saturday. For South African time, that'll be Saturday evening at 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock. So a 4-hour stream. This past Saturday was 6 hours, which was a little bit long. And 4 hours will make it a little bit more manageable to break it up into smaller 1 hour long videos for you guys as well. Almost home, it's just on the other side of this hill over here. But unfortunately, with today's episode, I've got limited time to record, and the fact that we, first of all, couldn't find an Argentavis. Then, of course, when we did find the Argentavis, which is where? Where's the Argentavis? Oh, come on. Don't tell me we lost the Argentavis. Yes, we did. I'm going to have to go and get him. But as we head off, trying to go locate our newest member, I am going to bid thee farewell. So thank you very much for joining me on this little misadventure. Today was apparently a bad day for recording. I hope you guys at least enjoyed the misfortune a little bit, and at least learned a little bit about Argentavis. We are going to be talking more about it once I have located my Argentavis again. So hopefully in Friday's episode, we'll talk a little bit more about Argentavis, use it to also go and tame something like the Dodicarus or Ankylosaurus, and actually go about doing stuff as well, rather than just getting lost and dying all the time. So until Friday then, stay safe everybody. I will see you all soon.